Hi everybody, hi everybody, hey everybody, hello, hello. Oh, Instagram, let me turn my mic on. Hello everybody.
Your device is connected.
My device is connected. Okay, I always forget to connect the device. Hello everybody, welcome, welcome, welcome. Takes so much to do this setup. Hi everyone, hello TikTok, hello Instagram, hello Giselle, hello Facebook, hello YouTube. Pleasure to have you all here. Hi, 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 hi. Today we're doing the African Goddess Rising. This is the card we're doing, the African Goddess Rising, right? And I am also wearing my happy shirt. If you don't know happy, find happy on YouTube. Well, on every platform you can find happy. Happy is from the river Nile. Can you see it? Can you see it, Giselle? Happy is from the river Nile, right? So today we're going African, African, African. Happy, they just dropped a lecture on YouTube, and it's with Happy and Professor James Small. Professor James Small and Happy, that's their name on YouTube, on TikTok, right? They just dropped an African-centered lecture on TikTok, on YouTube. Forgive me, I speak like my grandmother now, who always made interesting mistakes when she spoke. We're doing African Goddess Rising. Hello, Lamin Kaba. Hello, whoever else said Yamafai. Hello, everybody. Hello to all the Gambians. Hello, Jane Bai. Yeah, I love it. Looks like Price of Egypt movie. Well, it's a historical movie, the Happy documentary, right? And it's about African culture, African history, African American culture and history, and where everything connects together. So if you go on YouTube, you'll find the new lecture by Happy and Professor James Small. Hey, Jim Bai. I can't remember with Jim Bai. But I want to say thank you to all the Gambians that have been blowing up my TikTok as well as my Instagram. Thank you, Jemai. I miss you too. I miss you all. And I appreciate you for finding me. I didn't know that it will happen so quickly, right? And so just all of a sudden, it's Gambians all over my social media accounts. And I truly, truly appreciate that. So before I start today, I also want to say I am sorry to the Gambian men and women who I knew before, right? Who maybe have been calling me. It's the ancestors. What is the name? Maduli? Maduli, I thought it was Medun. It is the ancestors. And so I want to say I apologize and forgive me, and I am sorry to the Gambian men and women who used to call me, who used to text me, but I wasn't responding. I was depressed. I was anxious. I was in pain. I hated myself, which I know a lot of you might not believe. So the time many of you were calling me, I spoke to Lamin Kaba about it, but there's so many others that I'm seeing come forward, right, who've been trying to reach me. I got a message from Lambs, who also I knew from the Gambia. All my childhood friends are coming back. And I apologize for you not hearing me for so long. Mental health issues, which I will talk about more in depth. I have been talking about these issues for so long, right? But now I have the power, I have the spiritual knowledge, I have the intellectual knowledge to explain what was happening to me. One of the things that I've always prayed for since I was in GRTS, and I know many of you knew me from the Gambia radio and television services. One of the things I've always prayed for is to center my work in the Gambia, is to uplift and empower Gambian women, African women, because of the things that we go through with our families. Right, Jembai? We have been through so much. Some of us have been abused mentally, emotionally, sexually, and nobody talks about it. And I want to tell you, I've been through the whole 9 yards. And so I do what I do for that. But I also went away because I thought Gambians hated me and didn't like me. Because I used to have death threats on my post, my old Instagram account. You know, the time that I was out there doing what I was doing, it was only Instagram that we had and Snapchat. Who is that? Amina? Which Amina is that? Amina, send me a message, or, oh, let me say this. For a lot of the people who have been, commenting, that I can't remember who you are because maybe you have a different name on TikTok. Some of you, your accounts are private. What are you hiding from? I used to do that too. Amina Noor from Senegal. So I have a Telegram group, right? And everything I learn, I'm going to put in the Telegram group. If you come to my Instagram, I can see your pictures and remember who you were, or you can join my Telegram group. And the Telegram is straightforward. It's just for elevating spiritually, for understanding ourselves. Everything I have learned and been through in my life, I will show you and talk to you about it step by step. Right? So you can find that anywhere you're watching me on. You can find that link in my bio. And it is the first thing that says, "Hi, Omari. I know that name, Omari." All these names I know and remember. It's just the faces. And stop having your accounts private. What are you running away from? Omari, your account is private. I remember because I checked. I was like, I know Omari. Who is he? Account private. Lambs, where are you? Account private. Open your accounts. There's nothing. Dabuji, open your accounts and stop hiding. Today we're doing African Goddess Rising, right? Gambians don't hate you. Thank you, Jembai. I felt like that for a long time. Like I said, I am going to be very open and very honest because I have learned that is the only way to heal. That is the only way to help people. And that, nene, no. Jalal book nga dem si néeg bi. Ngari, bul nekk di roll sa scooter bi si biir néeg bi bala nga kick caméra bi. Please ñaan naa la. Mun nga jël drawing book wala nga jël book nga read si cabinet bi. I will be very honest with you and I'll be very open with you. You're fun to look at. Bad brains. Bad brains. That's a terrible name. Why would you call yourself bad brains? You had my coffee already? Did you buy it from me or from somebody else? You need to buy it from me. Hi, Borna girl. So, like I was saying, before we start the oracle, right? I want to speak to my Gambian brothers and sisters who are finding me out of the blue. Like I said, I appreciate you greatly, greatly, greatly. Lii rafet na torop de li ngay wax wolof sama xol sedd na. Yeah, suma doom olof dama ko dee làkk olof. Mënagu koo wax, but dina ko dee dégga. Bad Brains band. Oh my God. Like the Killers? Is it a rock band? I want to speak to my Gambian brothers and sisters before I start the oracle, before we choose a card, right? Today we'll be doing African Goddess Rising by Abuela Abrams. Hello, hello Tatiana. Welcome, welcome, my love. Welcome. And I'm wearing, you might be interested in this, right? We were talking about elevating and being better, being our best selves. When you go on YouTube, Tatiana, there is a account called Happy, right? Happy. And they talk about personal development, African history, African psychology, African American history and psychology. They just dropped a lecture with Professor James Small. Professor James Small is an amazing African American whose ancestors is from Africa. He is part of the Galagichi, right? You would love their conversation. I can tell you in my journey, knowing who I am and getting in touch with myself, Happy has been a powerful, powerful source for me to understand my ancestry and who I am. So, to the Gambian men and women who are here, right? Hello, ma'am. Can I kill events? I remember you. I remember the name. Girl, hold my hand, right? Most of you haven't seen me because I had mental health issues. You're very welcome, my love. Yes, I'll send you the link after the live. Most of you haven't seen me because of mental health issues. And I know this is not something that we talk about very often in Gambian communities, in Black communities, in African American communities, because I have tried. Hi, Soloko, you have changed the trajectory of the lives I do. So thank you so much, even though I don't know who you are, but our souls have connected. So welcome. It's a pleasure to see you here. So in our Black, African, you name it, communities, we don't talk about mental health issues. We tell our children, or our families would tell us to suck it up and move forward, or we will be termed crazy. And I had to see that in my family, especially, there has been so many people who had mental health issues. And the one that hit me most was my cousin Tamsin Jai. Beautiful Gambian brother, dark skin, white teeth, amazing person, right? Smart, intelligent, wise. And I don't have brothers. Maybe that's why I attract a lot of men in the things that I do. And I've always wanted to have brothers. So Tamsir was like a brother to me. And so seeing him with mental health issues was devastating when I was younger and in the Gambia. And so when I came to America, as most of you have known, which we will talk about, why most of us, our parents, would prefer us to be in European countries instead of staying in our motherland and doing the work that is needed to further the development and the well-being of our people. Because I am a product of that, of leaving the Gambia and coming to the United States simply because my mother believed in the idea of a greener pasture. But there's a saying that the grass is always greener where you are. So the grass is actually greener in Africa, in the Gambia, right? But we live there because we believe when we come to the white countries, because we leave our countries to come to the white countries. We didn't come to America to be a part of the African American community, let truth be told. And even though I am saying this, my daughter is biracial. Yes, I'm talking about you, right? So I know the things that I am saying. So going through my own mental health issues, and it started with YouTube. I'm not forgetting you. I'm sorry. And how did my mental health issues start? First of all, there's the fact that most of us, we don't get the support and the love that we need from our families. I am not an exception. I needed my mother. I needed my father, right? I needed the love. I needed the support for the things that I was doing. Because I'm telling you, I was this much away from New York Fashion Week, right? From billboards, which I had one billboard in Times Square. I was this much away from blowing up in the fashion scene in New York City. A lot of people thought I was big, and I was, right? But I didn't get the support I needed. Plus, our Gambians, we know how negative our communities can be. There was a lot of negativity that I couldn't handle from Gambians. Like I said, Jimbai, thank you. Jimbai said that Gambians love me. But I was getting death threats on my Instagram accounts, and I couldn't handle it. I couldn't handle it. I didn't know who to talk to, right? There were some articles being written by people who I thought they had my best interests. On the whole, they just wanted to break me down. And they don't know that I am my ancestors' best kept secret. I might go down, but I always come back up. So all these things I couldn't handle. So I went down the rabbit hole, right? I was depressed. I was anxious because there was no support nowhere around me. Now, some of us, myself included, they tell us that anxiety and depression and mental health issue is a white thing or is a Western thing. I know because I was told that by my father. And I had to tell him my mental health issues started when I was in the Gambia, West Africa. Why? Because of all the abusive stuff that we go through as Gambians. If you've gone through any abuse here, put it in the chat. Let's talk about it. Hi, Jeffrey. Hi, Live Still. Well-being. Pleasure to have you here. Hi, sis. Right? So we have gone through a lot of abuse, from being spanked, being hit, being bitten every single day by the people in our family, and they call that what? Discipline. And some of us that are watching here today, we still do that to our children. And I am telling you, as a mother, you are breaking the soul of your child if you are hitting them. Good day, Afrocentric. Right. Hi, Nenituti. Nenituti is here. Bono Girl is here. Right. So we hit our children. Why? Because we think that many of us Gambians can relate, but we can't talk about it. And so I am here to talk about it. That was my prayer, right? When I was going deep in the darkest depths of my soul, I told my ancestors, if you get me out of this, right, my mission in life will be to speak about this and give a voice to those who are voiceless. Hitting your child breaks their soul. When I was younger in the Gambia at home, right, my uncle, the youngest member of my family, if I turn around and our eyes meet, he will beat the daylight out of me. And that used to happen sometimes 3 times a week. I thought it's discipline, but the child behavior became worse. Yes, because the child doesn't know what is happening. So what do children do? What do we do? Many of you might know me as somebody who was radical, a rascal. You can relate. Yeah, I was being told all these names, and it wasn't because I was trying to act out or that I was looking for attention. Maybe I was. It's because I had, like MK said, I had a lot of pain and a lot of hurt within myself. Yes, we are breaking generational curses, right? That is the motto here. We break generational curses. And so I couldn't talk about it, Liv. So I would act out. And the more I act out, the more I get hit. But my uncle, he just lost control of his life. And because I was the youngest person at home and I was the only person whom he could take his frustration on, he would hit me every single day. Trauma affects every aspect of your adult life, right? It affects your well-being, it affects your mind, it affects your relationships. Some of us are still in toxic marriages and toxic relationships. Why? Because we came from toxic family environment. Our families are toxic. They taught us only toxic ways of being. And so, this is why most of you haven't seen me. I wasn't hiding, but I was confused. I was in pain. I didn't have the support I needed from family, from friends, right? Because a lot of Gambians, because all my friends were Gambians. I think for my 4, 5, 6 years, I still only was in touch with Gambians. If they're not asking you for money, they are telling you, yo, dang mabai. Nobody ever asked, how have you been? I haven't heard about you in a while. Are you okay? Is everything okay with you? No. And so for 2, 3 years straight, if somebody texts me or call me and say yo dang mabai, I disconnect from them. Live. In my healing journey, I told my mom about, yeah, guess what she told me? You see how good you are now? I told her no. I have to retrain myself to. When I told my mom, she told me that she wasn't interested in the things that I was saying. So I love my mother. I honor my mother, right? Because I have to love my mom. For the people who know me and have seen my mother, I am a photocopy of my mother. To love myself, I have to love her. To love her, I have to love myself. Very deep. But I stopped talking to her. Why? Because when I told her the things I was going through, she said she wasn't interested. And when I told my father, he said that depression and anxiety is a Western disease. So I went to therapy. yeah, it's deep. So I went to therapy for 2 years. I actually thought I was studying to be a therapist, but the ancestral stuff, which I have always loved since I was a child, a part of me that a lot of people don't know, that just couldn't leave me, right? No matter what I studied, no matter what I did, this spirituality was just always embedded in me, and I loved it a lot, right? So I decided to go this route. Giselle, you are not alone. Live, you are not alone. Anybody who relates to what I am saying, you did not find me again by accident. And I did not just come back to social media and to talk to you all by accident, right? I did that because some people needed to hear this, especially people who are ready to heal. Giselle, and they make you feel delusional. Yes, that's the gaslighting, and that it never occurred. The trauma you endured, yeah, right? Our families make us feel that we're crazy for feeling the way that we feel. I feel you. Say yes, label, label. That's yes. That's my my family is label from Gor. So yes, it is the ancestors, of course, right? And so I don't know what I was saying before, but depression and anxiety is not a Western disease. It's in Africa. I actually studied that as well. There's a lot of it in Africa, different parts of the African continent. I focus on the Gambia because I am from the Gambia, right? I am proud to be a Gambian. I don't know if you see, I actually tattooed the Gambia on my hand. Tattooed the Gambia on my hand, and Senegal is in my heart because we are all one, right? We have been made to believe so many things. Senegalese laugh at Gambians, and Gambians believe that Senegalese are whatever, whatever. But most of us don't even know our history. Most of us don't even know who we are. Our schools do not teach us the history. So not only are we traumatized, we are misinformed and we have been miseducated, right? So beautiful. You live. Thank you. The more I go to Gambia, the more I see how almost everyone is suffering from of mental health and mental illness. Yeah. My mom asked if I thought I went through trauma. I told her I knew I went through trauma. The fact that you have to ask makes me believe that you knew that. Yeah, they know. They know. But the problem is, let me tell you this, everybody. The problem that we normally face when we try to talk to our parents about these issues is that, oh, I hope the real world is not going live now. Don't go live, wait for me. Oh, they're not going live yet. We are, like I said earlier, right? I am a photocopy of my mother. There's a number of people here watching who know my mother and have seen my mother. So if you see my mother and you look at me, right, you know I am her. And most of us are the same way. So when our parents see us and we are talking about these issues, it shows them. I'm so much enjoying your conversation. It's interesting. Thank you, J-Bai. Thank you. Right? We show our parents where they went wrong, their mistakes in life. We tell them our pain. So We have to forgive our parents. It's not a matter of forgiving our parents, right? So, like I was saying, we are a copy of our parents. When they see us, they see themselves. Just like all of us, if you have a child, when you see your child, you see yourself. Take it this way. Maybe you separated with the father or you separated with the mother. And then whenever you see the child, you see the mother or the father. That is the same way that our parents look at us and see, I am the woman that my mother wanted me to be. I told her friend, our family friend that I call uncle as well. I told him that I am the woman that my mother wanted me to be in terms of career, in terms of intellectualism, in terms of wisdom. I am the mother, the woman that she wanted me to be. But guess what? Now she cannot handle it. And most of us, that's our issue. Now, what Giselle was mentioning about being delusional, that is the gaslighting. When somebody gaslights you, they make you believe that what happened to you is not real, or they make you question your reality. The things that I talk about, I have to clarify. The things that I talk about is not being trendy, and it's not just what everybody or society is saying, right? I am telling you my experience, what I have learned, and how I came to be able to sit here today and speak to you. Now, Omari said we have to forgive our parents. Now, you are saying what you've been taught to say, not necessarily what you've learned. Forgiving somebody, parents, spouse, somebody who broke your heart, a friend, whatever it is, you don't just wake up and forgive someone, right? It's a journey. So this is the journey. I am opening the path to taking that journey unapologetically to Gambians. There's no animosity. There's nothing to forgive our parents for. But like who said that? Bonner girl said, if only they will accept. The acceptance from our parents, that is the hard part. We are not saying they did us wrong. We're saying they were unconscious when they had us. At least that's what I am saying. I am saying that when my parents had me, they were unconscious. Their own trauma, they didn't heal it. So I absorbed all that trauma, right? And also from the people around me at that time, my environment, they were all also traumatized. So it's a generational cycle that continues. I hope you hear me, Amari. Liv, I know you understand. Bona, okay, I see you understand. And is it Amina? Amina, okay, Amina. Amina's put it in the chat. I see that she understands, right? If you are in a relationship with someone and they break your heart, then you have to forgive them. We have to forgive ourselves for the things that we have done unknowingly. Our parents have to forgive themselves for the things that they did unknowingly, and then accept the children that we are today and the things that we're trying to tell them. And then we can come together as one. So we are not hating our parents, right? We are not saying that there's something wrong, because in order to forgive, it is a generation and we're just going to change. No, not going to change. We are changing. Going is in the words. Going is in the future. We are changing now, right now, this moment. Because the things that I am telling you now, you cannot unhear it when you get off of this life. It's going to stay with you. So the change and the awakening is happening now, right? You found me and you came back here and you're listening to me because you're ready to awaken. So we do now. Misconception, don't have to forgive. We forgive because it is valuable lesson for us. Yes, it's a strengthening tool. We forgive to build character. Giselle, you're dropping gems. Okay, so no questions. I'm learning this as we speak. I'm only 23 trying to heal this. Yes, yes, this is it. And I know it doesn't matter where you're from. If you are African, if you are African American, hell, if you are white, yellow, purple, green, blue, orange, trauma is everywhere. Is everywhere. So it's not just healing it as well, it's being able to identify the things that you go through. I always ask this question: why do you do the things you do? Why do you speak the way you speak? Why do you act the way you act? Why do you talk the way you talk? Have you ever asked yourself that question? Have you ever sat down and said, whose name should I use? Rahma's kitchen. I'm going to use Rahma. Yeah? Just hearing me talk is kind of healing. Thank you. That has been my prayer. Coco Cosmetics. Okay, I'm going to use the name Coco Cosmetics. Right? You say, okay, I am Coco Cosmetics. I know she wants advertisement, so I'll advertise for you for free, even though I don't know who you are. So I am Coco. I am Rahma. Rahma, I miss you too. Why do I do the things I do? Why do I speak the way I speak? Why do I act the way I act? Why do I do the things that I do? The decisions that you have made in your life, why do you make those decisions? The job that you currently do, why do you do that job? Oh, that wasn't the meaning, Coco. I apologize. Right? You say that. You ask those questions. The job that you currently have, why do you have the job that you have? Do you have it because you were told you have to work 9 to 5, you have to go to school, get a degree, get a job, live the American dream, right? Why don't we have an African dream? Move to America or Europe or Germany, get married, have children, have some white picket fence, retire, get the benefits that the Western world give you. Why? Because Africa is poor. Why were you told these things? Is this why you have the job that you have right now? And then you retire, you get 401k. I don't know if this is in all other countries, but it's in America. You get 401k, and then one day you wake up and bam, you are dead. No legacy made. Maybe you build a house in the Gambia, right? Maybe they call you the Gambian semester, and you think you are the shit because now you are a semester, right? You have to use fork and knife. You have to eat from the table. You have to wear Nikes and sneakers and your bling blings, and you think you are the shit. But what have you done? Is that why you have the job that you have? Why do you Hakim. Oh, that reminds me of a Hakim rapper in the Gambia. I used to love their music. I can't remember. Something soldiers, something soldiers. But why do you do the things that you do? Aisha, but why do you do what you do? If people sit down to talk to you, are you just telling them things that you've heard everybody say? Things that the Matrix is telling you? What is the Matrix? Have you watched the movie The Matrix, the first one? The name of my accounts, Oracle's Place, is not just the Gambian, the African spirituality that I love, but it's also paying homage to the Oracle in the Matrix, Gloria Foster, who gives wisdom in the Matrix. Give it to Neo. Watch the Matrix. Don't watch it as a movie. Study it. Why are you the way that you are right now? When you take pictures in front of the cars because you want all your Gambian brothers and sisters to think that you have money, on the whole you are working at McDonald's, flipping burgers, or you are at what is the other one named? The Burger King, right? You are a street vendor, but you don't show that. What do we show? We go to Times Square and take pictures. We go to 34th Street, Harold Square, and take pictures. KFC, right? And people walk there. Why? Because you get discount for the food. One of my professors talked about this. Huh? Can I flip the image on my phone? I'm appearing what? What's wrong with the image on my phone from TikTok? What I'm seeing here looks correct. Don't worry how I look. I know I look gorgeous, baby. Just listen to the message. Yes, Coco Cosmetics. Coco Cosmetics, send me your message. Send me some cosmetics. Let's work together. Because my cosmetics, my daughter uses them, so I don't have anything left. Right? Why do you do the things that you do? And I know I'm specifically speaking to Gambians, right? But this goes for every single daddy who is watching me. Maybe your wife is a white woman. And what a lot of us don't know is most of our people, they don't get the hot chicks, right? They don't. Look at your friend's wife. The African woman, sometimes is a little better. But the things that we do, the way that we think, especially as Gambian men and women, why do we think that way? Do you believe that the moment you become a semester, you've been to Italy, who don't care about black people, and you can find a good job? You're probably working at the gutters, cleaning the gutters and the streets. Or in France, they put you in a factory. There's a documentary about that. You can look all of what I'm saying. Like I always say, don't believe me. I know the yesterday's Yama, today's Yama is very different. Right? And so you think that the moment you are a semester, that's it. Now you are this powerful, well-known person because you live in America or you live in the European country, and then every year or every week, or every month or every 6 months you travel to the Gambia, and now you're the shit. I'm not talking to anybody, I'm talking to myself as well. Remember, everything I am saying, I have gone through, I have been through. My parents told me the same thing. I believed all the things that you believe. When my uncles used to leave Germany and come back to the Gambia and bring me all these beautiful, amazing stuff, one thing luckily was I always questioned things. But because I questioned so much, as a child, I was told I talk too much. Yow da nga bari wax noppil, bàyyi li nga laajte te def liñ la wax. And I always thought I was crazy. I have always felt crazy my entire life. The only time I felt normal as a human being was either I was on television in GRTS or out in the field, because then I don't have to think, or I was on the runway modeling, because again, I don't have to think. So these were the things that when I did them, I felt like a human being. I felt normal. I felt real. But apart from that, whenever I question things, somebody tells me, "Yow da nga mun a laajte, bàyyi li nga laajte." It's social conditioning. Yeah. Giselle said, "I don't care if this screen went black. It would." The audio, right? I am Aries, fire sign. So why do you do the things that you do? Wherever you are in the world right now, if you are in America, why are you in America? If you're in Germany, in Italy, in France, in London, why are you there? And are you one of those people who say that, why Gambia do dara? But why is Gambia not dara? If Gambia is nothing, what are you doing to make Gambia something? Are you waiting on the government to do something? Can't you run for president? I can't run for president. I mean, when Yaya Jammeh was president, they used to kick me out of State House. Because as most of you know, I like short skirts and booty shorts. And so even when I was in GRTS, they used to kick me out of State House every time. So I can't be president. But maybe you are professional. Hi, Gan Villa. I saw your message, but I couldn't respond. Yes, Aisha, it's social conditioning. We just believe everything that we are told, right? Have you ever asked yourself this question? You're fine. Have you ever asked yourself this question? Why do we go to Mecca? Apart from the things that we were told. Why do we go to pilgrimage or Hajj or all of these things somewhere else? As a child, I don't know about you. No, Jane, I'm not in Gambia. But I want to come back. I think I'm ready for that. I'm ready to come back home. I want my work. I've always wanted my work to be based in Gambia. I actually did not plan to stay this long here. But that's a story for another day. Given how things turned out with my family, I was stuck because I only came to the United States for 2 years to study journalism and go back to GRTS. But then I got stuck. And most of us are still in the Western world because we are stuck. Then my Facebook page, If you go to the link in my bio, you will find it there. But Mariam Faye, Empress Fire, the same name. Everywhere now is the same Mariam Faye, Empress Fire on every platform. Well, except Snapchat, because I can't. Most of us are still here because we're stuck. Why? Because also the idea that if you go back home with no money, with no riches, with no material stuff, you failed. The mental health and mental issues that we put on our people. Yal na yàlla yombal yëpp. I believe yàlla yombal na ko ba pare. But why have we not been trained and educated to embrace our African spiritualities, to embrace, to learn, to understand African history, right? But it's okay to be Christian, it's okay to be Muslim, but it's demonic to do African spirituality, right? We have been told that voodoo is demonic. In African American culture, it's called hoodoo. In Haiti, it is Haitian voodoo. We are scared of these things. Some of us were raised, myself included, we were raised to be afraid of Casamas. Why? Because people in Casamas, they practice their culture. I know this because our housekeeper was from Casamas, Manjago. Through her, that's how I knew that I absolutely love this spiritual stuff. But I couldn't talk about it in my house because you are either a Muslim or a witch. And now I'm like, I love being a witch, baby. Yes, I love it too. It's healing. Just yesterday, some ladies, I think Bona included, were like, oh, you are so smart. No, it's because I tapped into the African spirituality and I tapped into my African ancestors and I got to understand who we are as a people because I have always questioned the Islamic religion. No hard feelings. Not that I don't like it. I absolutely love it. But I have always wondered when we have hunting and egere, right? All these things are just so joyful to be around. The Aku people. And then when you go deeper, you realize that egere hunting, these things are deeply rooted in our culture as African people. But then what do we believe? We believe that man Gambian la duma Senegalese, man duma Nigerian. Gambians fighting Nigerian in music. Nigerians looking down at Gambians. Right? All of us African people fighting each other. Why? Because we don't know what is divide and conquer. Some people might be like, what is divide and conquer? You ask that question because you don't know your history. Only people who meditate can relate. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Right? We are all confused. Have you ever asked yourself, why is it that in Gambia and in Senegal, our cultures are the same? Our names are the same. The food we eat is the same. The way we dress is the same. We speak the same Wolof. What is the difference? In the Gambia, we speak English, and in Senegal, we speak French. Anybody ever question why that is so? Most of us are so excited to say, oh, Gambia, we were colonized by the British, so we speak British. But why? Okay, I'm gonna stop. But oh, Instagram, I'm kicking the. My legs are too long, so I keep kicking the cameras. Stop, please. You are happy to be here. Welcome. I'm happy to have you here. Listen, join my Telegram group. Right there, where there used to be a lot of Gambian women, Gambian girls, young girls particularly, who were following my work, and they would send me messages and I would talk to them. And then one day I just went off the face of the earth. But I'm back and I have that group again and I open it, and I'll be honored and very much happy to share everything that I knew. Let the spirit move you, Afrocentric. That was a prayer. You are Muzungu from Slovakia. Well, welcome. You're from Sierra Leone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Pleasure to have you all here. Right? You know, question. No, you're not late. I actually haven't started. I've been talking for 56 minutes. And I always say that I'm just going to be here for 30 minutes. But then I start talking and then I can't stop. 7 levels of consciousness. Yes, Tatiana. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. You know, it's pretty crazy. Maybe a day, I don't know. Maybe we can do a Zoom something and then just have a conversation. But for that, I would only do it for people in my Telegram group, because I'm not going to create a whole flyer and all this stuff to post it anywhere. But if people in the Telegram group want it, when you start talking, it comes natural. It comes, right? And I'm like, oh, I need to stop. Are you still a Muslim? I am everything. I am a Muslim. I am a Christian. I am a Buddhist. I am a daughter of the earth. I am a Hindu. Delved into all of them. Christianity, Buddhism. I am all of it. In short, I am a human being. I am a spiritual being having a human experience. You are confused. I love being confused, retired troublemaker. I'm going to stop talking to you, because that's the ignorant, negative energy, right? Let the ancestors speak to you. Like we like to say in the hood in Brooklyn, sage that shit away. Right? So let me do this, and then we pick a card, and I will talk to the conscious people. So, ladies and gentlemen, the people who can truly, yes, we are spiritually one. I love you to live. I love you too, baby girl. Everything you see in me is in you. Just remember, as I always tell people, and I tell this to Giselle every time. I am not special, right? I am the same radical Yamafai that you all knew. Hi, Miss Jabi. That's my longtime friend. Hi, Miss Jabi. Right? I am the same old radical booty shorts, bikini. Hey, Mom. Yamafai. I miss you too, my love. Right? I'm the same person. So I'm not special. Like Liv said, Liv, I love you too. Right? You loving me, you are basically loving yourself again. I am just a mirror to your soul. I am you and you are me. The only difference is I actually went down all the way, like I always say, to the depths of my soul to truly understand one question. But I'm still your mentor. Yes, Giselle. Right? The only difference is I actually went down to the depths of my soul to understand why I do the things that I do, and also why I am the way that I am. Even the school I went to school to understand my soul. Yeah, this is why I went to school. That is the only difference. So, as I always say, right? Gambian people, most people who liked me, they liked me because they saw themselves in me. Nene, yangi hita kamera me. The kids would always say, "Oh, I want to be like you," and I'm like, "You are me," and it still stands. If you like me, it's because you are seeing a part of yourself that you were not able to access your entire life and your entire childhood. So now, me sitting here talking to you this way, it's only healing to you. Thank you, Victoria. It's only healing to you because it is awakening a part of you that you have been trying to access, but you haven't been able to access. Maybe you've never heard anybody who looks like you, who's from the same place you're from, talk about these things. And I know I had that issue too. You want to be like me when you grow up. Yes, you will be. Yeah? So that's the only difference. Whatever you see in me is in you. If you see good in me, good is in you. If you look at me and say, for the people who kept saying, "You are so beautiful," it's because beauty is inside of you. That is the only way you can see beauty. The person who was saying, "I am confused," is because they are confused. So they see confusion in me. Right? I am modeling been sexy, hi been sexy, but not as before. Right? I'm building my own brand again. So I'll probably be doing it for myself. Whatever you see in me is in you. Whether you are black, whether you are white, whether you are African, whether you are the lady from Slovakia, if you look at me and you admire or relate to anything I say, it's because there's a part of you that is me, and me speaking is bringing that part up to life again, right? Which is why on my Instagram I put helping you come back to life. And my mission, my vision, right, is to create a home for those who never felt at home. Because I never felt at home my entire life. Even though I am from what we Gambians like to call an extended family. Family bu mag laa am. Suma family dafa mag. Am naa ay nijaay, ay tanta, ay raka. Right, but do you feel like you belong? Do you feel at home when you are with your family? Do you feel love? Do you know what is love? Have you ever been loved by your own family? Has your family ever said, I love you? Have your family even ever hugged you? That's why I always say that they see their reflection in other people. Yes. I was married with Jalimadi. Yes, Jalimadi Kanute. I am still in touch with him. Jalimadi Kanute. I still call him Madi. I've always called him Madi. Madi Kanute. You feel home in Africa. Africa's home for everybody. As long as you are a human being with a good heart, Africa's home. Let's get into the cards because, child, I can talk. And I didn't even know that I could talk this much. As always, you stay home because you feel at home. Question that. Are you running away from something? Are you like Afrocentric? You stay at home because it feels safe and going out gives you anxiety? To the people paying attention, right? So proud of you, Brody. You have always been a go-getter, and I am happy. Thank you, Miss Javi. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you, girl. I've always loved you. We were partners in crime for a very long time. We're scared of spiritually our own trauma. We don't want to face. Well, riddle me this. What if we are already in hell? Or better yet, what if we are already in heaven? What is hell? Where is hell? Why do we have hell? You hate going outside. Why do you hate going outside? Right? There's a reason why. A state of mind. Yes, ma'am. Hell is a state of mind. Heaven is a state of mind. I've always been scared of hell until I said, okay, if all the singers and the rappers and Bob Marley are going to be in hell, then I'm okay with being in hell. And that's why I was even more radical, because I said, okay, I'm going to hell anyway. Because everybody told me, if you don't cover your head, if you don't wear hijab, they're laughing at me. Hell will be fun, Bona. I'm like, if Buju Banton, Sisla Kalanji, Lady Shore, even though Lady Shore is now, Christian pastor. If all of these people are going to hell, then I want to be in hell. Then heaven is going to be boring. But what is your hell? Your hell is different from my hell. Is hell a place? Are we already there? Free concert every single day. Sun is shining every day. Ask your questions, ladies and gentlemen, whatever it is that you want to know, whatever message that you want to hear right now, whatever card that comes out. The weather is sweet, make you want to move your dancing feet, right? So whatever you want to know, it will come up here. Whatever card that comes up. And Miss Jabi, it's growth, but I think it's more of accepting the stuff I used to love as a child. Spirituality, coming to Bacau, hiding sometimes, and going to the crocodile, Kachikali, with the crocodiles, and wanting to pray, wanting to go to where is the that other spiritual place? Oh my God, my daughter is about to let my scarf fly away on the balcony. Lord have mercy. Nene, and all those things. What? And love in the pet house. I still have mine. It's over there. Love in the pet house as a child, wanting to learn how to do the pet house. I used to hide and go to the ladies' houses, um, sitting, not necessarily sitting, right? Not sitting or the marabou, not the one that watch a camel and all that stuff. No, the people who are actually doing the spiritual stuff. I used to hide and go to these places as a child because my parents would not let me learn because they said it's demonic, it's not Muslim, that I had to do the hijab and all this stuff. But I always loved these. So it's growth, but it's more of being so much in pain and going back to accept that this is actually the spirituality I want to do. I want to go to the forest in Nigeria. I want to go to Sierra Leone, right? I My Senegalese sister is here. Legu. I used to love Ndopa. Anybody knows what Ndopa is? I was obsessed with Ndopa as a child. When I went to my family in Ngor, and there would be the Ndopa outside, my mother actually called them and told my cousin not to let me go outside to the Ndopa. Why? Because they were scared that, the spirits would talk to me, whatever. But this is what the spirits have been telling me to do. And I was obsessed with Ndapa as a child. I watched it once and I could not stop because all of these things is in me. I told a different cousin about Ndapa. I went to visit her not long ago and we were watching TV and she was watching Wali Seka. And I said, play Ndapa. I was like, okay, I forgot the name. I've been looking for it for years because I forgot the name Ndapa. And I kept explaining and explaining and explaining until she said, you're talking about Ndapa. I said, yes, play that. And she played it. But she said, that's not our culture. And I was like, if you truly understand African history, you will know that all of this is part of our culture. So it's growth, but it's acceptance. It's accepting that this has always, oh, I am telling you, Ndopo, before I was 15, I was already in love with Ndopa. It was one thing that I could sit and watch and then I have goosebumps all over me and I just want to be in the circle. I wanted to be a part of it as a child. And my parents said no, because I am going to Damadanurap. Damadanurap. And so I always ran away from it. Been it in my, yeah. See, you know what I'm saying. All right. Okay, it's 1 hour 14 minutes. Loleka. Oh, that's too many cards. Just one card. And we will see what the message is. Hmm? No. I said one card. One card for the collective. And I will go back to Ndupa. I will be a part of it. I will learn Petao. I will learn Petao before I die. I have to. It's in my soul. I started loving Petao before I was even 10. We needed it all, right? I grew up. Goddess Isis. Goddess Isis is your favorite? Tomorrow we will do the Isis oracle. Tomorrow, inshallah, just for you, I will do the Isis oracle. You stop by. Okay. All those cards fell. Yeah. I'm like, spirit. One. One card. For everybody. The collective. My Gambian brothers and sisters. My African brothers and sisters. Hello from Hamburg. Silly woman. I love being silly. Mr. P. I remember there was a time I couldn't take negativity. I couldn't take criticism because my trauma was not healed. Right? But I am at a point in my life that there's nothing anybody can tell me that I haven't already told myself. There's no insult anybody can put on me that I haven't already told myself. There's no hatred anybody can put on me that I haven't already hated myself. I have always hated who I was, right? Always hated myself. So anybody who comes on my life, I don't want to hold insults. Have your way. Enjoy yourself. Right? Why would people continue to watch something they think is silly? It shows more about them than the person. External validation, trauma, thinking that, their idea of God sent them to purify the world, not knowing that they need the purification. So they think everybody is confused. Feeling safe. Feeling safe. Fatu Baji, you're asking me if I'm married. You asking because you're curious, or you asking because you are a lesbian? You feel safe here. That is my goal. To create a space where people are safe. Feeling safe. Tituba. Okay. Fatu Baji, who's asking if I'm married. Why do you want to know, baby girl? Or are you a man posing as a woman? Or are you a newly formed lesbian? Why you want to know if I'm married? I am still married to Jalimadi. I'll have to text him right after this before. All the liars go, hey, Yamafai said this, Yamafai said that. He doesn't care. So I'm going to read it. I feel gorgeous, baby. I think I shuffled the cards instead of... Giselle is so funny. So let's go. Fatubaji, thank you. So this is Goddess of Feeling Safe. And it's she's actually from Barbados. How do you pronounce it? Barbados or Barbados? Guyana, Salem, and the temple of ancestors and element air. So I'm going to read her description so we know a little bit about her, right? And then I read the guidance there and the embodiment. So great ancestress, Tituba, I'm sorry, Tituba, Tituba was an enslaved Caribbean woman who was the first person accused in the 1692 Salem. Oh, let me read this again. Goddess of feeling safe, Barbados, Guyana, Salem. Great ancestress Tituba was an enslaved Caribbean woman who was the first person accused in the 1692 Salem witch trials. She was most likely kidnapped from the Guyana region in South America and then sold through Barbados plantation. You're from Guyana. No wonder we connect. I love my Caribbean family. I feel that I'm from the Caribbean, but I was born in the Gambia, right? Afrocentric. So the guidance is, it is finally safe to be you. Isn't that interesting? I was just talking about that. That this might be growth, but it's also just me accepting me. Yes, Afrocentric. It is finally safe to be you. You have wandered through a dark night. Your trip has been long. There is light ahead. Your liberation is apparent. This is for you, but this is also for me, right? I have wandered through the dark night. I have wandered through my soul. And everybody who related to the things I said, you have to wander through the dark night of the soul. You have been through the fire. The embodiment. You deserve to feel secure. And I'm not talking about the people who only feel safe at home. It's feeling safe everywhere you go, feeling safe within yourself. I am also working on that. Because just like the people that said that they feel safe at home, I am the same way. I can be inside for a whole week and not go anywhere. You deserve to feel secure. Feeling safe is knowing that your basic needs are met. Feeling safe is feeling at home in your body. Feeling safe is trusting your journey. Feeling safe is feeling free around those you love. Feeling safe is trusting that the sun will rise again. If you grew up emotionally, spiritually, or physically unsafe, reset your default expectations to a healthier vibration. And the declaration or the affirmation is, I am safe. It is safe to be safe. And that's all for today. Unless somebody wants me to read it again. If they say read it again, I'll read it again. If not, that's it for today. Right? Hello, my Slovakian sister. Slovakian sister. I used to have friends from Slovakia, Serbia, again. Ivana. Yeah, I knew an Ivana. Read it again. I'll read it again. I had drops mic. I had very close friends from Serbia. Is it Serbia? Yeah, it starts with S. Well, Slovakia, most of them starts with S. You want me to do the Isis oracle for you today? You don't want to do that tomorrow? Okay. Let me read this again, and then I'll do the Isis for you. I love the Isis oracle. It's very deep. Read it again, okay. And I'm going to take my time. Yeah, from Sierra Leone. I want to visit Nigeria, Sierra Leone, Ghana. I actually want to live in Nigeria for at least 2 years. 2 years in Jamaica, 2 years in Nigeria. And then Sierra Leone, and then Ghana. Benin, and Benin. Because I heard that Benin is spiritually strong. And then buy a house in Gor. Hello, what is going on? The house is on fire, Seidusi. Phonekon, or what do you speak? You always late? I'm kidding. I'm just being silly. And 1 month in Slovakia? Yes, I'll come visit you. Is it cold? I don't like cold. I have had enough cold. I'll run from here, I know. Right, okay, so let me read this again. Please tell me about my future. Your future is you need to feel safe. Safe enough. You need to feel safe. Safe enough that you don't go online asking people to tell you about your future, because nobody can tell you about your future. You have to tell you about your future. So feel safe enough to know that whatever's going on in your life right now, this is the right time and the right place. Be safe in yourself enough that you don't go online telling people you don't know to tell you your future. Your future is in your own hands, not in the cards. But listen, let me read this part. That's truth. People believe in the cards. Don't believe in the cards, right? Believe in the energy of the person reading the cards. The cards, like I always say, are just a lighter. If I put the lighter here, it's never going to work. I have to take it, light it up, right? And maybe I have a joint and I light up my joint. Woo! And then it works. The same with the cards. The wisdom from the cards, it's from another human being. And we get the cards because we relate to the person. And the person who wrote the card is Abuela Abrams. Abuela is grandmother, grandparent in Latin culture. The house is on fire. Who let the dogs out? Who? Okay, let me read. I'm sorry. Live and Tisal and Afrocentric and born. I'm sorry. You just thought I am a fortune teller, but you are a fortune teller as well. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. It's a collective read for all of us for the things we need to know, right? I am an oracle. This is the oracle place, but I want you to believe in you enough that you don't believe in fortune tellers. Future lies in my hand. Okay, that's very good then. So, goddess of feeling safe, Barbados, Guyana, Salem. And the temple is ancestors, and her element is the air. Great ancestress Tituba was an enslaved Caribbean woman who was the first person accused in the 1692 Salem witch trials. Thank you, Liv. The energy is in you. She was most likely kidnapped from the Guyana region in South America and then sold through a Barbados plantation. It was connected. Even when someone tells you the future, it's never in stone because your decision will change the outcome. Your thinking, your thought, your choices can change the outcome. You believe in yourself. That's wonderful. Then welcome home. The guidance is it is finally safe to be you. Right now, you are safe to be yourself. You have wandered through a dark night. There is something called dark night of the soul. And for the people in my Telegram, the playlist that I shared about shadow work, there's an actual video in the playlist talking about dark night of the soul, right? So it is finally safe to be you. You have wandered through a dark night. Your trip has been long. There is light ahead. Your liberation is apparent. You deserve to feel secure. Feeling safe is knowing that your basic needs are met. For the person asking me about their future, this is an aspect of our future as a collective. You deserve to feel secure. Feeling safe is knowing that your basic needs are met. Feeling safe is feeling at home in your body. Feeling safe is trusting your journey. Feeling safe is feeling free around those you love. And feeling safe is trusting that the sun will rise again. If you grew up emotionally, spiritually, or physically unsafe, reset your default expectations to a healthier vibration. And your affirmation is I am safe. It is safe to be safe. What time is it? It's 1:32. Let me see if my campus is on. Oh, shoot, they're on. Right? But where is the person who wanted the ISIS raffle? Are you still here? Put something in the chat if you are. You are very welcome, Afrocentric and Liv and Giselle and everybody watching. Yes, Liv, you are safe. You are home. You found me. I say, right? And what we're doing is we're going back home. Yes, you are here. What's your name? MD? You want the ISIS Oracle. Okay. It's still new. So I just got it. I've been meaning to get it. So the cards are a little bit interested. Black shine. You are here too. All right, my people. You're very, very welcome, Giselle. I think you also started this idea of the oracles. Because you're the first person to ask. Can you read the oracle for me? Can you read the cards for me? And I'm like, no, I'm not reading it. Because just like all of us, the things we run away from, I've always run away from the cards, even though I knew how to do them. So for the people who wanted the ISIS card, just like always, just like always, you ask your question, you place your intention, whatever it is that you want to know, and whatever card that comes out, it is for you, and it is for us. And when you're done, go to the link in my bio and send me a cash app. Because I love spirituality, but I love money, baby. I tell people everything I talk about is money. Healing and money. Spirituality and money. right? We talk about work and money, being better and money. I'm not going to tell you be spiritual and broke. Then you are not spiritual enough. Plant the seed, right? Do you want me to pick a card for the people who are interested, or do you want a card to just come off? We are the currency, baby. Money is the world. It is. Right now, money is just a number on the screen. It is not real. But it's real, the social construct. Okay. Bonus said pick. Yes, pick. Okay. That one. And the card is Ancient Power Mysteries. This is fascinating. Ancient Power Mysteries. So let me read it. It says Ancient Power Mysteries. The oracle broke and spiritual is in alignment. No. See for me. So it says the oracle guides you to honor the power of your voice. What did I just say to the person who was asking for her future? The oracle guides you to honor the power of your voice, whether through spoken or sung words, or through what you write. Speak about or stand for symbolically. You have a potentially very powerful healing voice, and you are guided to recognize the responsibility that you have for what you proclaim through your voice. Yes. So let me read that again for everybody, for all of us, right? Because this also relates to all of us that are listening. The oracle guides you to honor the power of your voice, whether through spoken or sung words, or through what you write, speak about, or stand for symbolically. Like I said, my accent, I can't say when or do the word. Symbolically, you have a potentially very powerful healing voice, Afrocentric. And you are guided to recognize the responsibility that you have for what you proclaim through your voice. Right? People say you have an interesting voice. Yeah, I have been told that my entire life too, but I never believed people. And here I am. I actually hated my voice. But my entire childhood, I have been told I have an interesting voice. All right, that's the end of it. It's a pleasure to have you all here. I'll be back here to. Are you making eggs? Yeah. Oh my God, you're cooking for yourself? Yay! I'll be back here tomorrow. Yes, you're very welcome, MD. At the same time, 12. You're the best model Gambia had ever produced. Oh, thank you, brown sugar. Well, your picture and the name, I didn't think you were Gambian. Pleasure to have you here. Thank you all. Mwah, 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 mwah. See you again tomorrow. Bye bye. Join my Telegram group, everybody. And also send me a cash app. I love money.